All right, gentlemen, happy Monday. Welcome back to Morning Coffee Talks. Cheers. Be sipping my water again. I hope you guys had a great Easter. Back to the grind. Back to putting in that work. I ain't gonna lie, I had a cheat meal yesterday myself too, guys. So I got to get back on my shit too, all right? Like I said, I'm not special. I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect over here. All right, but guys, this morning we got a banger again, all right? We're gonna talk about virtues. Why a man, what makes a man is the virtues that we live by, basically. And basically the four main virtues, some people call them the cardinal virtues. So they are, we'll just name them first off, all right? Prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance, all right? I'm going to read some out of my book, some of my notes and stuff like that, guys, so bear with me. But a lot of information here, a lot of good stuff, so listen up for me, guys, all right? What made these men, what made a man was virtues, good men, all right? Virtue is what makes a man. Why is that? What is a virtue? A virtue is a habit or a disposition of doing what is good in every circumstance, even when it's difficult, guys, all right? So basically, in other words, a virtue is the habit of doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Always, all right? So we're going to go into the four virtues a little bit too and talk about them. But that's why a man needs virtues, all right, guys? Also, we're going to talk about, all right? It's called neuroplasticity, all right? Look it up if you want to. What does that mean? This means that the mind is not static, but rather that it grows and develops over time, right? Adapting itself to every situation. So it's a lot like a muscle, basically, right? The mind is a lot like a muscle. If you exercise the brain over time, it's going to get stronger, all right? So basically anything you do every day, basically repeated habits, gentlemen. Whatever you do every day over and over, it becomes a habit, right? Okay? So what does that mean? The discovery of neuroplasticity confirms what philosophers and theologians have known for centuries. And you know what that is? That the repeated choices become habits, right? And these habits make us who we are. So what does that mean? You are what you repeatedly do, gentlemen. You are what you repeatedly do. That's what this all comes down to. So what do you do? What do you do on a daily basis? Are you bitching and moaning and complaining? Hey, you know what that means? You're a little boy. If you're putting into work, you're being selfless, you're living by these virtues, guess what? You're being a daggone man. And that's pretty much what it comes down to, guys. You are what you do, all right? Habits. What's your habits? What do your habits look like? I know what my habits used to look like. I was a little boy to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? So what are your habits? That's a little food for thought this morning. Think about it. What are different habits you have every day? Are they good habits? You know, we all got good habits. We all have bad habits, right? Maybe you might want to write them down. I got them written down somewhere, right? My flaws, but also what I also can bring to the world, what I'm also good at, all right? So something to think about, guys, all right? So we are what we repeatedly do, basically. That's what it comes down to, so habits. All right, virtue is critical to a happy life because it makes us truly free. And you know why? You know why it makes us truly free, gentlemen? Because we do not become slaves to the impulses of the moment. Holy freaking moly. I know I need that too, right? So that's why these virtues are so important. A man without virtue is helpless. He's a little boy, right? A man that is not led by these virtues, gentlemen, right? He's led by his appetite. He's led by his passions, right? He has no ability to control himself whatsoever. And that's what this is all about. And that's why temperance, I believe, is one of the main ones, because that is a lot what that's about, is self-control, all right? So we'll get into that in a minute. But this is what it is about, self-control, gentlemen, all right? To control yourself, to not go on them impulses, right? To not do the easy stuff, the stuff we want to do because it brings us that real quick instant gratification, right? That's why I was talking about delayed gratification on here, putting into work, getting the hard shit done first, all right? So let's go into over these real quick. And I have another coffee talk on these also virtues. So if you look back, it's been a while, but I have another coffee talk on it, but I was reading another book about it again. So why not bring it back up? Because it's good to talk about again, all right? Virtues, baby. All right, guys. So like I said again, there's 4 of them: prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. These are the main ones. There's other ones, but these are the main ones, right? And we'll start with prudence. All right, number 1. Prudence basically is the ability to make wise judgment. All right, gentlemen. So hey, you might want to write these down or look them up. All right. Prudence, the ability to make wise judgment, to see all the factors and be able to make the best choice that comes at hand, especially being leaders, right? There's always choices to be made. What's best for our families? What's best for our communities, right? What school, whatever, anything, any type of choice. I mean, constantly, right? Our women are going to be asking us, our wives, our girlfriends are going to be asking us things all the time, and it's making the best wise decision, right? Sometimes you got to step back and think about it for a while. But it's on us, gentlemen, all right? So prudence, the ability to make wise decisions, right? And the adult man is prudent, should be prudent. Why? So he can see things and where they are going ahead of time, right? You know, all right, I can see where this is going. I can see how this is going to play out, right? That's what prudence also means, right? Just like if you have some candy or something like that, right? A little kid doesn't have prudence. They're going to eat the candy. They can't say no, right? So they're going to eat it no matter what, even though they're going to get the cavities, even though they're going to get a belly ache, they're going to keep eating it and eating it. A man who has prudence is going to be like, nah, I might have me a little piece of that, but I'm going to stop. That's just a real simple analogy for prudence, guys. But if you understand what I'm saying here, that's basically what prudence is. So basically to be able to resist also, all right? Because why? Because you're wise. You're wise. You've been there. You've done that, basically, all right? Prudence, let's see what else. But basically, prudence is known as they say in this book right here, as the charioteer of the virtues. Basically, it's the guider of the virtues, right? Because it's what steers the engine, basically, prudence, right? Because you're wise, you know which decision to make. So that's kind of the leader, right? The driving force of all these, I guess you could say, to say better, less terms, right? All right, whatever. Number 2, justice. You guys can look some of this stuff up yourself, guys. I'm just trying to put this information out here for you guys. A little food for thought for you guys. So I'm not going to go crazy in depth in it, but I also have another coffee talk, like I said, on it. But justice. Number 2, justice, right? What is justice? It is giving others their due, right? This is like the social virtue, basically. So, and it's good, it's negative, and it's not, it's positive also, right? Like we're giving God our due, right? By praising God. We give our neighbors our due, right? We're going to justice. I mean, it can go both ways. Sometimes you got to serve up some justice. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, it's also having respect for others, right? That's what justice is about. And ultimately, justice is about the common good and the best for society. All right, that's what justice is about. So, you know, when people do bad things to bad people, sometimes you got to lay down some justice, or the community will bring them to justice, right? That's what justice is also about. But it's also about praising people too when they do good things, right? And giving God his praise, because that's really the only ones you should really be praising is God, right? But that's what this is about too. So a little bit on justice. We all know what justice is to the other aspect, but it's negative and it's a positive, right? Nothing's black and white anyway, right, gentlemen? All right, anyway, fortitude. Here we go, fortitude. Stick it to 'emness, you know what I'm saying? That's what fortitude is, to be able to push through it, right? We should all know what fortitude is, but fortitude is the courage in doing what is right no matter what the cost, even if the cost is possible death or hurt, doesn't matter, right? Fortitude, like, for instance, when they were storming the beaches, right, in Normandy or whatever, even this book talks about it, right? Of course they were scared to death. Of course they didn't want to do it. Of course their mind was saying, run, 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 don't get off this boat, don't do this, don't do that, hide. But having the fortitude, I'm going to do it anyway, right? And they did it. They pressed forward, right? It is developed with time and repeated effort, just like all these things are repeated effort and time, gentlemen. All these things, again, right? What did we say before? What did I say earlier when I said, you are what you repeatedly do? Right? Habits. That's what this is all about. Habits, daily routines in the mind every day. That's why I repeat myself a lot on these coffee talks over and over again. I want to ingrain it into your mind. I want to instill it in your mind like it is in mine. I constantly go over it too. I constantly have to reread it. I constantly check in my notes and rereading these books, everything over and over. Right? I forget more than I remember, gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to act like I'm not special at all, right? So, But fortitude, and like I said, these are all habits. Most of these are all habits that we develop over time. Practice, 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 right? We ain't never going to be perfect. So I'm not going to say practice makes perfect, because that ain't true. But we're going to be damn good, right? We're going to be really good men if we keep practicing this, guys, all right? And that is the goal. That is the damn goal on here, right? All right, so, saddle up anyway, basically. Get after it. That's the way it is. Mental fortitude. You know what fortitude is, gentlemen, all right? Most of you should. If not, maybe Google it, all right? Anyway, and the last one, I think the biggest one, especially for men, especially men this day and age, at least, temperance, all right? What the hell is temperance? Let's see here. Basically, self-control. That's what temperance is, gentlemen, all right? This is the final one. This is the banger. This is the one that we talk about a lot in the morning in the men's accountability groups and stuff too, along with all these other ones, obviously. But temperance, right? Self-control. This is of chief importance in the moral and spiritual development of a young man. This one right here, temperance, right? And what does this mean? Because this hits on the bodily pleasures, right? The drinking, the drugging, the sex, the overeating, right? The sugar, the caffeine, all this. This is what temperance is, gentlemen. So this is the big one. This is the big one that hits home the most, right? Is having the self-control to say no. To say no to the alcohol, to say no to the cigarettes for myself, right? To say no to the pain pills, to say no to the jerking off, to say no to the video games, right? Do you have it? Do you have these virtues? Are you working on these virtues? Are you gaining this knowledge, right? And you take the knowledge, and then what? We turn the knowledge into wisdom by applying this knowledge and becoming men of action, gentlemen. Again, this is what this is all about. We can talk till we're blue in the face. I can talk about this shit all day, every day. But are we getting up and we getting after it? Or are we putting in this work, right? Are you trying to build, to become a high character, high moral, high values, right? Are you trying to build these virtues, becoming the best all-around version of yourself for you, right? For your family, for your community, and above all, for God. Because that's what this is all about, gentlemen, right? We all struggle. We all go through it. Again, I know this, man. But this is a little food for thought this morning. So look it up, guys. Look into these virtues. Just a little starter for you guys or whatever on here. I hope you guys are enjoying these morning coffee talks. I appreciate if any comments in here, guys. Let me know anything else you'd like me to talk about. Also, guys, it has also come to my attention. A lot of guys on here are asking me about if I will do any lives to talk about this type of thing. And I am willing to do that. What I need you guys to do is I can do this once or twice a week. We can go live for like an hour, once or twice a week. And you guys can come in the chat, in the chat and type whatever you need to type, and we can talk about it. I'm not going to act like I'm special, I'm perfect, right, guys? But I understand that there's a need for this out here. And we do the men's accountability group in my neighborhood, so I am willing to get on here once or twice a week for about an hour or so. It might even go a little longer. But I need to know what times work best for you guys, so I need you guys to hit that in there and let me know. And I'll probably come out with a little video later just saying that too. But we will start doing once or twice a week, guys, and we'll find out a good time of day for everybody and the best days, and we'll talk about being a man, being a father, being a husband, what everybody goes through. So hopefully there'll be some older men in here, younger men, right? Because I don't have all the answers, but a lot of people have been through a lot of stuff, guys, and we can help each other out, right? So that can help be some of your guys' purpose, man, coming in this group, this men's group on here, all right? If you guys are interested, just let me know, all right, guys? But I hope you have a great Monday. Remember, man, get up, delay that gratification. Thank God we get to be here another day. We get to do it again, man. We get to be the leaders, protectors, and providers, man, again today. So step up. Put in that work. Mentally, spiritually, and physically, baby. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it, guys. All right, so cheers. Get you some. Hey, I appreciate also everybody that's going over at TrueVictory.com. Get you some gear also. So if you guys check that out, also remember, guys, code Marine 315 will get you 15% off at TrueVictory.com, guys. But anyway, man, appreciate giving them a little shout out anyway, guys. All right, hope you guys have a great day, Monday morning. Time to get back to it, baby. Grind time. Have a great day, guys. Go get you some. Peace.